or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Chris and I do a lot of lifestyle vlogs, book content, and everything in between. If you're into that, welcome to my little corner of the internet. If you couldn't tell from today's video, it is everything I read in January. So let's get right into the video. Hey, what is up, my guy? We're doing my January reading wrap up. I'm excited. You excited? I'm excited. I had these organized and then I messed them up. So give me 1 second. First thing I read in January was The Deal by Elle Kennedy. This is about two people. I believe it's dual POV. Two people. I don't want to spoil it with the trope. I don't want to give you the trope and spoil it. It's about Hannah and Garrett, and they make some deal. That way she can. I don't know how to explain the plot of this without spoiling it. Anyway, it's about Garrett and Graham. They start fake dating. I guess the fake dating trope. It's kind of in the back of it. They start fake dating. That way she can get the attention of someone else. I will say check trigger warnings if you do want to read this. There is quite a few heavy topics that go on here. So just check trigger warnings before you dive into this. I want to say I fairly enjoyed this. I rated it 4 stars. I did really enjoy this. I read this physically and with an audiobook. I did immersive read this, which added way more to the story. It just made it better, in my opinion. And the audiobook was amazing. I 10 out of 10 recommend the audiobook. Still, the book in all was 4 stars. So the next book I read in January was Quicksilver by Callie Hart. This is about a human, poor, lives on the poor side, infected side of society, and has ability to melt metal and make metal move whichever which way. She steals something and she ends up in the Fey world. She makes a deal, I guess, with people in the Fey world that if she do something with the Quicksilver, she can go home. Anyway, it was a matter of life and death. Do what she needed to do or die. But I did enjoy this. This was 5 stars, in my opinion. I finished this in 2 days. I was reading it at the same time I was reading The Deal by Elle Kennedy. And after I finished The Deal, I immediately started reading this again because I was absolutely obsessed. I finished this in 2 days. I started reading, I got 30%, and then the next day, I immediately finished the entirety of it. Absolute masterpiece. I love this with every fiber of my being. And then the next book I read for a book club that I'm in on Fable, and it was Make Room for Love by Darcy Lau. I gave this a 2.5. I don't remember what I wrote for it. I haven't wrote anything for it yet. I personally didn't enjoy it very much, but also it was kind of good, but also I did not enjoy it that much. I have no other things to say about it. It just wasn't my favorite read of the year. I think I'd probably raise it up to maybe a 3 stars, not a 2.5. I think I would raise it up to a 3 because it was good and I did relate a lot to one of the main characters. It just wasn't my favorite of the year, but it was still pretty good. The next book I read was Jay's Gay Agenda by Jason June, and this was also a 3 stars. It was very cute and very fun. There just wasn't a lot there plot-wise, I feel like. It's about a gay kid, and he is from a town where there's only him as an out gay kid. And he's really into statistics and lists, and I will say this is marketed as YA, and I don't necessarily see it as YA. There's a lot of adult content in here. Nothing is, I feel like it's explicitly said, but not super vulgar. But I will say, watch out, there is a little bit of adult content in here. Nothing seems like YA about this. I would just like to say that. But it was still very cute. Again, nothing fully there plot wise, in my opinion. So, 3 stars. And the next book I had finished, this one did take me a minute to finish for some reason. I think I was just trying to get back into the physically reading things, and I was just like learning how I physically read things, and I was just struggling. But I did read Fire Red by Emma Kennedy. This is an indie author, and this is the book 1 in Tales of Arvinia. I'm excited for book 2. I would give this a 2.5. I did enjoy it. It just took me a while to read it. That was a thing on my end. That's why. But I did barely enjoy it. I think I would now bump it up to 3. The only thing that I do just wish there was more to the book. It was only about less than 200 pages. And that's the only thing I was disappointed by. So, and then the next thing I read was Lore of the Wilds. This was Lore of the Wilds. I'm just gonna obviously put it on screen. I cannot pronounce the name of the author, unfortunately. I can't read, so ironic, isn't it? Anyway, Lore of the Wild, absolute 5 stars. I had so much fun with this. I am waiting for the audiobook for book 2 to be released to me. Absolute 5 stars, and I cannot wait to finish the series. Absolute 5 stars. I loved every second of this. I read it. I binged the book while I was doing a 24-hour reading-a-thon, which if you have not already, go watch that. But again, one of my favorite books of the year. This was my second 5-star of the year. Then I read The Fiancé Dilemma by Elena Armas, another 5 stars. I, again, read this during my 24-hour readathon, and I had so much fun with this. I love Elena Armas and her writing. It is absolute a masterpiece. Is it a literary fiction? No, but did I have fun with it? Absolutely. She doesn't write like third act breakups and anything. She does romances very well, and I absolutely loved it. The next one I read was Daughter of the Pirate King by Trisha Levenseller. This was a 3.75 for me. I felt like the romance had started a little too quickly for me. We were like 100 pages in, and that's when it started, and I wasn't feeling it. So, but I still did enjoy it. I will read the second book in the series, but I'm just not going to keep my physical copy, and that's why I don't have it with me. And the last book I finished in January was Children of Blood and Bone by Tolman Edenmay. Forgive me if I'm mispronouncing that. I absolutely adored this. This was absolutely 5 stars. It was written so beautifully, and I loved every second of this. I could not put this down. So, I am reading the second book right now as we speak. I love this so much. And that is every book I read in January. If you enjoyed these books as well, comment them down below. If you didn't or have not read, let me know too, because I want to hear your opinions. But that is the end of today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to hit the subscribe and the like button and comment down below this emoji. I don't know emoji yet, so just this emoji. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.